Hey everyone, I'm Nuri and welcome back for another week of Thrifty Tuesday. This week I thought rather than go to the thrift store, I would share with you guys a behind the scene. So we're gonna have a yard sale this week and this is gonna be our first yard sale. I thought I could share with you guys the thought process of how I'm sorting my items and how I'm pricing them. That way, if you're gonna have your first yard sale this year, maybe these tips will be helpful for you. So I hope you enjoyed today's video. It's not really a thrifty video, but it is about a yard sale, and that's kind of like secondhand shopping, so I thought you guys would enjoy this week's video too. The first thing I did is clear up my dining table. I'm actually going to move the centerpiece from there, and I'm going to put a couple of the items that I'm going to sell. I'm going to put it on the table, and I'm going to take pictures, and I'm going to post it on Facebook Marketplace. So I'm hoping by taking pictures, we could get our target audience. We're mostly going to sell decor at this yard sale because I have a lot of decor from when I used to decorate, mainly with farmhouse, and my style slightly changed, and I would like to get rid of some of these items. That way I could use that money to hopefully do a room refresh in the near future. For the yard sale, I purchased a couple of things from Dollar Tree. I got these little label stickers. I'm going to cut them in half because they are kind of big, and I'm going to write down the prices of everything. And then I got this sign right here. This says garage sale, but I'm going to put this on my lawn so people know that this is the house that's selling everything. And then we bought a couple of white poster boards. We bought a couple of these poster boards, and we're going to write down yard sale, our house address, and the time we're having our yard sale. For us, the hours 12 to 4 works better. I know some people have their yard sale earlier, but we're gonna have ours in the afternoon time because we're not morning people. Well, at least I'm not a morning person. My husband loves waking up early in the morning, but I just cannot. Anyways, we bought 4 of these. We're hoping to put one on the main road. We live in the city area, so we're not that far away from traffic. So hopefully that will direct traffic to our house for the yard sale. Hopefully. I will share with you guys my go-to coffee drink recently. It has been brown sugar espresso. Well, shaken espresso, all I do is take a tablespoon of brown sugar. I put it in the cup while I'm brewing the coffee. Well, my espresso, I have an espresso machine. And while it's brewing that, it melts the brown sugar. And then I let it cool down for a little bit before I add the ice. And then I shake it up, and then I add my dairy of choice, and that's it. You could do a little bit of caramel drizzle on the side like I did because I love caramel iced latte. If I sound a little funny today, it's because my allergies are acting up today, and I really love spring, but I could really do without catching all these colds. I really don't like that part at all. This is where it's gonna have my address, so I'm not gonna show you guys that part, but this is what the yard sign looks like. I think I could remove the Saturday, Sunday part, just put the date. But yeah, and then we're gonna put these outside on the street. For this side, I decided to do a little yellow highlight to make the word yard sale pop out a little bit more. I think I'm gonna do this for the other side too. This side, I just wrote down the date and time because this is gonna go inside our yard so people know that the yard sale is at our house. When it comes to pricing my items for the yard sale, I'm gonna try to keep things under $1 or $2 for most items, but for some items like these two, I might group them and do 2 for $5. And whatever I don't want to bring back inside the house, I really want to sell, I'm going to price them at a lower price. So for example, this little glass vase, I don't want to bring this back inside the house, so I'm going to just price this for $2. But this clock right here, I don't mind having it back inside the house, so I'm going to price this at $8. If somebody wants to buy it for $8, I'll let it go. If nobody wants to buy it, I don't mind bringing it back inside the house and putting it back inside my boys' room. I hope that my tip for pricing helps, especially if you're trying to get rid of decor, but you know, you sometimes do like some items, but you would like to sell it. And sometimes you have decor you like, but you don't really want to keep it because it might not fit your style, but it has purpose, like this clock. It's a clock, it's practical. I don't really need to sell it, but if I could get rid of it, I will. But I'm not going to price it too low because it's an item that I could actually use in my house. I'm looking at all my decor that I want to sell at the yard sale, and I can't believe how much stuff I have accumulated over the years. I really used to decorate, my style really used to be farmhouse. It still is kind of, but it's more like a rustic cottage farmhouse, I would say. But I don't really use as much metal in my decor anymore. And as you can see on the table, there's a lot of metal pieces. And this is just some of my items. I still have to go to my basement and find more stuff to bring up. But this was in my decor closet. One day hopefully I'll show you my decor closet when it's nice and organized, because right now it looks really messy. But anyways, so for stuff like these, there are lanterns. This little house right here, I will sell it for $1, but ooh, it's not even closed. But this one right here, I think I could do $6. It is bigger, and this is something, if I don't get to sell it, maybe I'll get to use it. I could put some little pots and make a little mini greenhouse. So I'm thinking about stuff like that. If I can't sell it, can I reuse it in my home? Is there any purposes for it? If I cannot think about an item that has a purpose in my house at the moment, then I'm gonna price that item really cheap. That way it definitely sells and I don't have to bring it back inside. I think this tier tray, I'm gonna price it at $15. I know the pricing is kind of high for a yard sale, but this is my first yard sale, so I'm not really sure what people are gonna pay. And if they don't purchase this, I'll just bring this back inside. I actually use this for my hot cocoa station during the winter time. And I'm having a hard time figuring out how much to price these two risers. I might not sell them and just give it to my sister-in-law because she does host a lot of parties and stuff, and she could definitely use this for her treat table. So little word signs that are just for like tabletops, and small picture frames, I'm just pricing those at $1. Today's the first day of the yard sale. I sorted all my decor and priced them, and I'm gonna go start setting them outside. Right now it's about 10 o'clock. That clock has no battery to stop working, and the yard sale starts at 12, so I'm hoping that it'll take me about an hour to set up, and that way I'm not rushing myself. It gives me time to just set up and relax a little bit before people start coming. Like I said, I've never had a yard sale before, so I'm not sure if people come early or they actually come at the time you post it for. We'll see. I'll show you guys how I set up outside. I don't have that much folding table, so I gotta put some stuff on the floor. Hopefully this works. Wish me luck, guys. So this is how I'm gonna set it up. I put a bed sheet and then 2 tables. We don't have that much table, so I'm probably gonna have to put another bed sheet on the corner. That way stuff doesn't get dirty. Our first customer just came and we sold how much?
$32.
That was a great first purchase.
Yeah.
Well, a great first sale, right?
Yeah.
It's been 1 hour so far and we only had 3 customers come. We live on a street that doesn't get that much car traffic going, so I think that's why. We did post signs up on the main street. Hopefully people will start coming towards the end of the sale. It's a nice day, it's not too hot today, so that's good. I made myself a cup of coffee. We're just hanging here and hoping more people will come by. It's exactly 4 o'clock, so I'm just gonna wrap everything up and pack it away, and hopefully tomorrow we can sell more. Today we didn't really sell that much. I'm hoping tomorrow we can sell so much more. If not, I'll just have to hold on to this and have another yard sale hopefully. Today's day 2 of the yard sale. This is what's left over and that didn't sell from yesterday. And this is how I set it up today, similar to yesterday. I decided not to bring out some of the items like the coffee makers and popcorn maker and put the baskets on top of this table instead. Liam is trying to sell his dinosaur. Let's see if it sells today. One good thing about my porch is that it's covered, so the boys are outside reading today. Today's Sunday. Today's our second day of our yard sale. It's not going so well. We've been out here for a couple of hours and we made a total of 0 sales. But you know what? This is a learning process for us. Like I said, this is our first yard sale ever, so we're not really sure what we're doing. We're just trying to get rid of some of the items in our house so we could just declutter and use that money to buy new things. We're hoping we could get at least maybe 3 or 4 sales today. I just need people to come. Even though the yard sale is not a hit, the weather this weekend is so beautiful. The temperature is just right. It's not hot at all. And we actually have been enjoying sitting outside. It doesn't really feel that brutal to be out here sitting for hours waiting to make sales because we're actually enjoying our time out here. So that's a plus side of having this yard sale this weekend. Even though our yard sale was not a big hit, I definitely learned a couple of things. And I want to share with you guys all the things I learned from our yard sale this time. Yesterday, I wrote down a couple of things that I learned from the yard sale and I want to go over them with you guys. So the first thing I would suggest is start the yard sale early. We started at 12 p.m. and we ended at 4 p.m. A couple of people who came to the yard sale, they definitely suggested that starting the yard sale early, like around 9 a.m. would be more ideal for people because they're not rushing to work or they have other events to go to on the weekends. And if we start the yard sale early, they would have had the opportunity to come and they would have been able to attend their other events as well. For my future yard sale, I would start at 9 a.m. and I would finish at 2 p.m. That way I can also get other things done and I'm not just sitting outside from 12 to 4, because even though you're starting at 12, it takes time in the morning to set up and you're wasting your whole day just doing the yard sale. So future reference for myself, I would start earlier and end earlier. That way I could go somewhere else if I have other plans too. The second advice I have for myself and you would be not to have a yard sale on a holiday weekend. We did our first yard sale on a Memorial Day weekend, and me personally, I thought that was going to be a hit because more people are home because they have off. However, that was not the case. A lot of people couldn't make it because they had parties to go to or they went out of town. So I'm going to try to have another yard sale on a weekend that's not a holiday weekend to see if it does make a difference for myself. But for you, I would also suggest not to have one on a holiday weekend. My third tip for you is to make sure you have a lot of cash on hand, especially $1 bills and $5 bills. A lot of people who are coming to the yard sale are bringing $20 bills, and they'll probably purchase stuff that costs $5 or under, and they're gonna want change back. When we started our sale, we started off with 30 single bills, and we were able to make sure that anybody who needed change, we were able to give it to them. So that was a good thing on our end. For the best for everyone, it makes sense to have more cash available. Try to have as much $1 bills as possible and $5. If you could have $10, that's also great too. Another thing that I learned from this yard sale is if people are purchasing multiple items, ask them if, some people will ask you, but ask them, would you like to purchase more items? If you're interested, I could bundle these items for you and give you a better deal than what I have priced right now. And that will actually make them interested to purchase more. I had one lady who wanted to purchase like about 7 stems I had, but it was a set of 12 stems, and I told her if she buys all those stems, I'll give her a better deal. And she ended up purchasing all those stems. I had the stems original price, 1 stem for $2 and 2 for $3. She bought all 12 stems. I gave it to her for $15. When people are interested in the items you have available, but they feel like you're not going to bundle them, they're not interested to purchase more items, and they're just most likely to buy 1 or 2 items. But if you tell them that you will bundle, if they buy more items and you'll bundle a price for them, they are more engaged and actually shopping around versus just grabbing 1 or 2 things that they just see right away. They will actually take their time looking around and actually figuring out what they want to buy for their home. A lot of the items that I was selling, they were almost brand new. They had brand new stickers on them. I had a lot of decor from when I used to decorate farmhouse style. I don't decorate my home in farmhouse style anymore, so a lot of my items were only used once or twice. So a lot of the items were in great condition still. My last tip for you that I should have done was set up a box with items and just label it free, because I do donate stuff that we don't like really use and some stuff that I feel like no one would purchase. Rather than me dropping those off at our local donation center, I should have had it in a box and labeled it free for other people to come and just pick it out from there. It would have attracted more people to come to the sale when they saw that I was giving away items for free, and they would have came for the free stuff, but they would have also looked around for what I had for sale, and hopefully that would have drawn crowd to purchase items. So for the next time I have a yard sale, I'm definitely gonna have a box of items for free to draw in more crowd. We advertised on Facebook Market that we were having a yard sale. I posted pictures and videos, and then we posted signs around our neighborhood. However, that did not get anyone to really come. I believe our neighborhood doesn't really do yard sales. I've been living here almost for 4 years, and we've only seen maybe a handful of, I believe less than 3 yard sales in this whole time I've been living here. And also the thrift stores that I go to, they're always out of town. When I mean by out of town, I don't mean like 30-40 minutes away. The town I live in, other towns like are really close by, which is like a 10-minute drive. So I go to those towns and they do have more yard sales over there, but I did not post on the Facebook group for those neighborhood. I just posted from my town, and not really that many people came. I only had about 6 people come to the yard sale. I had no control over the foot traffic because of the town I live in and the neighborhood I live in. So that was out of my control. But I do suggest, if you live in a community where you do know more people, you could pass out flyers and promote that you're having a yard sale a couple of days in advance, and what you're going to sell and what the prices are going to be. The people know exactly what to expect at your sale, and they know if they should show up to purchase this or not. On Facebook Marketplace, I posted the fact that we're having a yard sale Friday night. I believe that did factor into people coming. I should have posted earlier, like maybe Wednesday, and it would have been viewed by more people throughout the week, and they would have known about the yard sale versus the night before, and maybe they would have planned it into their weekly plans to pop up to the sale versus just last minute trying to figure out if they would have time to come. So future reference for myself, post earlier on the week that you're having a yard sale on Facebook Marketplace, and interact with people that says they're interested in come. Check in on them the day of, like, hey, are you still kind of come by the yard sale? This is what I have available for sale. If you're interested in anything, let me know. Just interact with people. That would be my other suggestion. One thing that I'm super grateful for, even though we didn't have a big turnout at our yard sale, was the fact that the weather was amazing this weekend. It was not hot at all, not humid. It did not rain, not even once. Today, it's been raining all day, and that is such a blessing. The fact that we had our yard sale for 2 days, and the weather on both days was so beautiful. Another thing that I'm super grateful for was the fact that we had our yard sale at our house. We did not have to pay any fees to have a yard sale. I know some towns you have to pay a fee for you to even have a yard sale on your own property. We didn't have to do that, and we didn't lose any money by having this yard sale. It was everything that I already had in my house. We were able to do other house chores while we were having our yard sale. We did laundry, we were cooking, and my husband even had time to cut the grass. So that just shows that when you're having a yard sale at your house, and if it's not a big turnout, you will be able to do other housework and still be able to sell stuff at your yard, as long as you have somebody else sitting there outside with you. It makes it a lot of fun. My boys were outside playing, and me and my husband were just taking turns going back in and out to make sure everything was okay outside, and we were able to do other housework inside too. I try to have my items organized. That way it's easier for people to see. I had a big box with pillows, and I just wrote $5 so they know exactly how much it cost. And then I had a box that said wall decor, and all of these boxes I was saving from every time I had a package come from Target or Amazon. That way I was not wasting money and having to buy extra tables or anything for me to use at the yard sale. Use things you already have at your home to reduce your cost. For example, I was using bed sheets that I could just throw in the washer once the yard sale was over, and I didn't have to purchase anything extra. I had borrowed a small table from my neighbor. If you don't have that much folding tables, ask your neighbors if you could borrow furniture from them to use to display your items. I had also used my outdoor coffee table to hold all the plants, and that looked pretty. The way I just had it set up, had a walkway flow. That way everyone was able to walk around and nothing was getting in the way. As things were selling, I was moving things around and making things that was on the bottom of the ground up and putting it on top of the table. That way people could visually see better. So when you are selling your items out and you see there's empty spots on the table, bring more stuff out if you do have stuff inside that you want to sell, or you can just take stuff out of the boxes that you have and put it on table so it's easier for people to visually see at the sale. So our yard sale was not a big hit. I wasn't really sure what to expect. I've never met anyone that I personally know who had a yard sale in our town, so I wasn't sure what other people's experiences are. I've only been to 3 other yard sales in our neighborhood, and those items were more antique items, so they were priced way higher than when I had my items. Mine were more like Marshall finds or Target items. So I was selling it for way less than what other people normally sell when they have antique items. So I wasn't really sure how my yard sale was gonna go. I was hoping to make at least $300, expecting to make maybe $150 each day, just giving myself like an estimate of how much I can make. And that was not the case. I thought I would give you guys a rundown of how our yard sale went. Saturday, the yard sale was going great. We made a total of $134 on Saturday, and then we were super pumped thinking we would make more money on Sunday because a lot more people on Facebook Market was seeing that our listing and saying they were going to come. I was super excited, hoping to make more sales on Sunday. Well, Sunday came and we made $6, and it was the craziest thing. We sat outside for hours. Only like one person came to the yard sale. They didn't purchase nothing. And then as we were wrapping up our yard sale, one of my neighbors that lives 2 houses down, he comes by and he's like, hey, what do you guys actually have for sale? And he was looking around and he bought one thing, and that's how we made $6 on Sunday. Or else if he never purchased nothing on that day, we would have made $0 on Sunday. But in total for Saturday and Sunday, we made $140. No one complained about the prices at the yard sale. Everyone was purchasing at the price I had, and then I actually offered to give people discounts to encourage them to purchase more. I think for our first yard sale, we did pretty good. It's not how much I wanted to make, but I at least made some money, and I'm still grateful for that. I made money from just sitting in my house, and it was a fun weekend just hanging out on the porch, watching my kids play. We did laundry. It was nothing different than we would normally do, and it took us probably 15 to 20 minutes to set up because I had everything organized the night before, and we just bought it outside, and so it was very easy to set up. So if you are having your first yard sale, take the night or two before and organize your items. That way it doesn't take that long to set up. Also, when you are putting everything away that didn't sell at the yard sale, make sure you dust, shake everything off so no bugs is coming inside your house. I will definitely have another yard sale, and I'm looking forward to hopefully sharing with you guys how our next yard sale goes. I wouldn't do such a big detailed video and just share clips and bits here, and maybe I'll do a little shorts in the future. Thanks so much for watching our behind the scenes of how our first yard sale went. I definitely enjoyed this experience. I learned a lot from it. I hope what I shared gave you guys some tips and insiders on how to set up for your first yard sale too. If you ever had a yard sale, let me know in the comment section below what are some tips you have for me to make my yard sale better next time too. Don't forget to like and subscribe today's video. That would help me out a lot on this channel. Alright guys, that's going to be it for today's video. I'll see you guys next week. Bye for now.